Hey you guys, this is Heidi from Boss Mama. Thanks for tuning in. So today's video was inspired by some conversation that I was having with some of my YouTube mama friends. And I figured I would share what I do in my homeschool to prepare for next year. So this is not something that I'm doing every year, that I do every year. It basically is what I'm doing this year. That's what I'm sharing with you. Last year, by this time already, I already had all my curriculum in my home and ready. But last year was a totally different scenario than this year. This year, I'm more comfortable with the curriculum that I have. We have been enjoying it. We've been catching up because I lost a few months when I was hosting my in-laws. So we've been doing a lot of catch up and stuff like that. So this is the time that I'm kind of starting to plan. So I figured I would do this video in hopes to help some homeschool mamas out there that I'm feeling a little bit maybe overwhelmed or stressed, because there's so many options, you guys, out there. So I totally get it. But I'm just gonna give you 5 tips that I'm doing this year in hopes to bless you and help you as well. Okay, so tip number 1 would be to write things down. So as we have been watching here on YouTube, a lot of the mamas have been already posting curriculum reviews, and you have also probably been looking at websites or getting catalogs in the mail like myself. I got a catalog around here somewhere. So if something sparked your interest that you think that you want to look into, just write it down. What I do is that I kind of sit down and I use my computer. I do like a little Excel spreadsheet, and I write down what I'm interested in or what I'm keeping that is not changing, and then I kind of put some blanks on the subjects that I want to try something new. So writing things down, just getting your brain dumped on paper, like they say, brain dump, would be the first step to do, so that you could just get your thoughts out and you don't have to just keep them in the back of your mind. I'm gonna give a shout out to April from The Simple Working Path. She has started a curriculum playlist, curriculum review playlist. I'm gonna put her link, her channel down below, and there's a bunch of different curriculum reviews for math, science, arts, language arts, anything that you're looking for. You can go check her channel out and the playlist from the different moms that shared already about the curriculum. So I have not done a curriculum review yet for all my curriculum. Like I said, if you guys have been following me for a while, then you know that I had been hosting my in-laws for a while, so I was very behind. So I'm just kind of catching up, and pretty soon I'll have some curriculum reviews for you guys. So tip number 2 would be to go through what you already have. A lot of the times we feel like, you know, we want to buy this, we got to buy that, or I need to buy this. But sometimes we have things that we can reuse or repurpose. For example, for me, this year, when I started teaching Jonah, I was using the Horizons kindergarten curriculum. And this is a curriculum that I had used with my son, JL, and I wanted to use it again with Jonah. And my friend had it, so she gave it to me. All I had to do is buy the workbooks. So when I first started a few lessons, I realized it was just too advanced for him. So I am doing that this year. I'm gonna repurpose it. I'm gonna use it again, and now he's much more prepared to tackle that Horizons kindergarten curriculum. But so I'm going to reuse that. I'm not going to look into something else because I already have everything, and we didn't use all the workbook that I already purchased. I also have workbooks that we didn't get to use for like supplements and stuff like that. So definitely just look at what you have first. As homeschool moms, we tend to accumulate a lot because we try this, we try that, or this didn't work, let's replace it. But sometimes it just depends on the time that you introduce it. You know, if your child wasn't good at reading and you introduce Life of Fred is like almost stories that they have to read. So, and Life of Fred is a living math curriculum that we're doing in our homeschool. So if you introduce something like that for a child that's kind of learning to read and is a little bit intimidated, they might not like it. But when they start reading and you reintroduced it, they might love it. So it's just a matter of reintroducing things, or maybe just seeing what level your child is now, that it just didn't work the last time, but it might work now. So go through what you have already, see what you can reuse or repurpose. Okay, so tip number 3, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So what happens with us mamas is that we start seeing what other people have been using and it looks great, and oh, I should try that, or I really want to try that, that looks like such a good curriculum. But what we have already has been working, and the kids have been enjoying it, so why change it? I say this very loosely, you guys, because I'm having this battle right now. So with my language arts curriculum for 3rd grade, we have been using learning language arts through literature, and I have been loving this curriculum with JL. He has been loving it. He's been loving the simplicity of it, the diversity of the lessons, and the books that come with the literature. So, but I'm also very torn with what I want to do with language arts next year, because I am like falling in love with the good and the beautiful, as a lot of mamas are already. So I'm torn, and I'm very like, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So that's my dilemma. But there's other things like the math. Right now we're not finished with Life of Fred. We only did 3 books this year, so I'm going to continue that next year because my son has loved it, so that I don't have to worry about. So that's a glimpse of what I'm doing next year for 4th grade, and things like that. So kind of use what has been working already. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't give yourself extra stress or extra things to, have around the house. It's like spending money on something you don't need. So tip number 4 would be budget, of course. Just see how much money you want to spend. Have it written down. Kind of sit down with your husband or your principal, like I call my husband, and just kind of work out a budget of what you want to spend. After you have gone through what you already have, that money will be less than starting all fresh and new with new curriculum with all subjects, right? So you want to work on the budget that you have in mind and then take it from there. Okay, and the tip number 5 would be take your time, you guys. This is not a race. The beautiful thing is that we have time. Right now it's April. We don't start until September, a lot of us. Some people do year-round schooling. Some people start in January. So whenever that is for you, take your time to do your research, to go through the curriculum that you want. A lot of the websites have like pages that you can view for the curriculum, that you can look into it, what it looks like inside, and stuff like that. So take your time doing your research, and then little by little you can decide what you want to do for next year. So definitely, it's not a race. You can take your time. There's no set time to have all this all together. Just because your friends have it all together, they're already ready for next year, doesn't mean you have to be. You can take your time, and there's plenty of curriculum out there to pick whenever you're ready to pick. And then the bonus number 6, and this will be for my believer friends, pray. God is totally guiding us through this journey as moms and teachers for our kids. So this is something that we need to bring to Him and ask Him to just quiet our thoughts and just give us peace. And Lord, just help me figure out what is best for my children. And as you trust in Him, it would all come naturally, you guys. I say this from experience. God has really been guiding our homeschool, especially last year when I felt so overwhelmed. I prayed, I had some trust in the Lord, and then He brought this curriculum for me this year that has been working lovely. So you guys, those are my 5 tips plus the bonus 6 for my believing friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and stay connected. I'll see you in the next one.